Hey.
Hi.
Welcome.
Back.
We had a whole podcast episode
thing
before we even hit record.
And then when we went to hit record, it just didn't work.
All of our stuff just broke.
Our recording system decided to just hate its life and just didn't work for a while. So guess what time we're recording this, guys?
It's 11.
11:04 p.m. Yeah. So anyways, we're excited to be here, though. We're excited to talk to you guys.
Yes, especially about this topic today.
Yes.
I'm very much excited.
Very near and dear to our hearts.
Yeah, but we need to get right into it.
We do.
No time.
We do. We need to...
We have no time to waste today.
We have no time to waste. Okay.
We can't be doing 10-minute pre-high-low tides.
No, I know. I can talk about my high because it's just a follow-up from last episode.
Real, go ahead. Please tell me.
The lightning game.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
How was it?
Yes, okay. So, such a cool experience. If you guys listened to the last episode, what are you doing? First of all,
stop, pause,
go listen to that, and then come back. But anyways, my brother-in-law and my sister, they gave me the best gift ever, which was box seats at the Tampa Bay Lightning. It was at Amalie Arena to see a Lightning game, and it was so cool. So we get early access. You go in. I get to be all fancy. There's a special floor with just the club seats. Go in there, and there's free food. They have the sushi bar. I don't like sushi, so I didn't get that. But they have this ice sculpture. Anyways, I just walk in. It's the fanciest thing I've ever experienced in my life, and the food is just free. So on this, that's why you're only allowed these 2 levels are just for club seats because you can just grab whatever food you want. I literally was just trying things I've never tried before. I was just
why not?
I was literally.
Yeah.
I was just grabbing everything. I'm like, get my money's worth out of it. They had a whole candy bar. They had an ice cream bar. They had pizza. They had
Did you
wings.
try any new food?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Kind of. There was one. I would say the most adventurous thing I had was this cucumber falafel hummus thing.
That's not adventurous.
That's adventurous for me. Okay, I was sticking to it was okay. I was thinking my pizza and chicken and fries and quesadillas. And Caesar salad. Okay, stop. Caesar salad. No, I was quesadilla is Spanish. Okay.
That's white Spanish. That's not true Latin.
They didn't have true Latin food there. I'm not sure.
Of course not.
Open bar. Game. I had 4 Shirley Temples. I was living my best life. Watching the games.
Open bar with Shirley Temples.
Dude, it was so funny because when I ordered Shirley Temple, it's old, bro. Everyone there's rich, so
yeah,
I look like I don't belong. I was trying to get my brother-in-law Josh because he was talking to me. It's our first time here. I'm no, you have to pretend we literally go here all the time. You're literally blowing our cover right now. We did not look like we belonged there, but it's fine.
You feel Schmidt and Cece in the
first class lounge. Literally, yes, that was us. I'm we do not belong here. But anyway, so there's this old rich guy behind me after I get my Shirley Temple. And he's what is that? That looks amazing. I'm it's literally a Shirley Temple. I was embarrassed. He's what is that? I was
and grenadine.
I literally was it's Sprite and cherry grenadine. He's oh, I mean, it looks good. I was yeah, thank you, sir, goodbye. I left. I was this is actually so embarrassing for me. And the bartenders knew me. They're Shirley Temple. I was yes. Bring me up. Put it on my tab. Put it on my tab. So I was living my best life. The game itself was not good. We lost.
Sucks.
Yeah, we lost 4-1 to the Blackhawks. So that was really depressing.
So let me guess, Josh is back to being a Blackhawks fan.
No, actually, he's still strong. He didn't even cheer for them. I think he's officially migrated, and I'm happy. Yeah, I know. Literally, you hate it. But anyways.
Bandwagon. Which I guess if he was a true bandwagon, he would have gone back to the Blackhawks. But the reason why he left is bandwagon in the first place.
So
no respect.
He's lost our respect. But no. Anyway, so I guess if I'm going to a game and it was that bad, I'm glad I had the experience. You know what I'm saying? Other experience. I had 5 beignets just because I could. I was living my best life.
What are beignets?
They were this jelly-filled beignets. Oh. Pretty far. I ate 1 million of them. Literally, I didn't even want them. I just passed by and was eating them. I was I just can't. I was so full. It was horrible. Yeah, it was horrible, but it was amazing. So, anyways, if I'm going to a game and the score is that bad, I'm glad I had club seats, you know?
That's
real. So, looking at the plus side of it, but anyways, the game itself was not great. But overall, it was a really high tide, and it was really fun and amazing, and I had a good time.
Love that for you.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
I feel like I had a different a different high tide than the one I know I'm going to talk about. I thought I had 2, but Oh, I guess I could talk about that. Okay. So, two little highlights. The first one is that we just celebrated Milo's like birthday gotcha day. We've had him for a year. So
that went by so fast.
my mom was like, "You've already had him for a year?"
That went by so fast. That's crazy.
So we have our dog Milo. We got him a year ago, and he's a shelter baby. So we don't know when his real birthday is. Yeah. But they had said that he was like freshly 3 when we got him. So we're just going based off of the gotcha day to celebrate his birthday.
Yeah.
So we celebrate both. So we were able to just, I don't know, it just makes me happy. He's such a good dog. He came to us at the perfect time. So we got to celebrate that, and then I did get a new phone. So that's the high tide, is that I got a new phone. Switched providers, so did the whole trade-in. And like luckily I was in a really great position for it because the phone that I had before was still in great condition. It was just one of those things. What phone did you have before? The 14 Plus.
Oh. Okay.
So I had the iPhone 14 Plus, and I was able so I now have the 16 Pro Max, and this phone is around like $1,200 if you were to buy it outright. Right. And I got $1,000 for my old phone. So nice. So it was only like $200. So it really wasn't. And they don't even let you pay it outright. Like they put $5 extra on your phone bill for like the next foreseeable. Like they don't let you. Okay. Yeah. Pay it. So not unless if I were to have gone to Apple directly, I could have done the trade-in and paid the rest off right then and there, which is kind of what I wanted to do just to get it done. But whatever. Yeah. I'm like, okay, it's $5 extra on my phone bill. I can deal with that. Handle that, yeah. So yeah, that part's nice. It's nice to have a new phone. It's a lot faster. It's very intuitive, as they say, the tech geniuses say. No, but it's really nice. Grateful for it. The low tide side of this, and we'll just go right into it. You guys, I didn't think about it ahead of time, and this might have.
Couldn't be me.
It could have changed my decision. I'm just kidding. It wouldn't have changed it would have changed your decision.
1,000% would have changed my decision.
It did not change my decision. But I no longer have access to TikTok now. Because my phone had to go through an update process when I got the new one.
Yeah. That's horrible for you.
TikTok had to re-download. So I still have the app on my phone, but I'm not allowed to open it. It's the weirdest thing. And the thing is that based on the conversations we've had in the past about it when we thought it was going to get banned, I said, and I stick by it, that I would have been okay with the ban. I'm okay now without it. Do I catch myself a couple times a day wishing I could go on TikTok? Yeah, of course, because I used it and I enjoyed it, but I'm okay without it. It was more so the fact that we knew the ban was coming. I didn't know this was coming.
You couldn't prepare.
I wasn't able to prepare.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
It's the biggest thing was that I was using TikTok for more Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively updates.
I know.
And there's Instagram Reels is just not. I do realize now there's just not as much. You know what I mean? It's very, the algorithm is just different.
It is. It's not the same. Nothing matches TikTok.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And so I am a little bit bummed about that. But I persevere, guys, and I pushed through. It was just an unexpected surprise. Yeah. But another part of my high tide is that after I got my new phone, I was by myself. Vlad was working that day. And it was my one night this week that I'm not coaching, which is always my Wednesdays are always my night off. Because I'm literally coaching Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday this week. It's a busy week. And the place where I upgraded my phone was right next to a Bonefish grill. So I took myself out on a date to Bonefish.
You should.
I don't know.
You had a whole treat yourself night. You had after your treat yourself weekend.
I did in Miami.
And now
I'm here.
You're living your best
life. Have you ever sat in a restaurant by yourself?
Yes.
You have? Where'd you go?
Not a real restaurant, just cafes and stuff.
Oh, okay,
I've done self little coffee shop dates.
Yeah.
But not Applebee's. Nothing like that.
I have sat in a restaurant by myself one other time. I took myself out to Outback one day because I had a gift card.
Yeah.
And I was like, that honey wheat bread, so good.
Real.
But I was like, yeah, I'm just craving Bonefish. I was like, why not just take myself out to Bonefish?
As you should.
Because yeah, you could pick it up and take it home, but it doesn't taste the same.
It's not the same.
It's never the same as when it's in the restaurant, and especially because I wanted Bang Bang shrimp, and that's.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what that is?
No, I've never been to Bonefish Grill actually, but I don't really like fish or seafood.
Okay, that's fair, but like, first of all, they have other stuff there, but like, you've never heard of it?
No. I don't think so. Like, can you explain it? Maybe it'll ring a bell. I don't think so.
No, that's okay. I'm surprised because like I think it did like get its popularity from Bonefish, but so many other restaurants.
Oh, it's like a thing. It's
not just. No, it's a thing.
Bang Bang Shrimp.
Bang Bang Shrimp. Mm-hmm.
No. Never heard of it.
So like, and other places will. I don't know if they can also call it Bang Bang Shrimp, but like they do basically the exact same thing now.
Yeah.
Like they might call it Boom Boom or something.
That's crazy.
Boom Boom Shrimp. I don't know. Bing Bop Boom Boom Bop Bam Shrimp.
Delicious.
Kendrick Lamar flavored style.
They not like a shrimp. That's wild.
So it's fried shrimp and it's tossed in this sauce that is
spicy?
like
Sounds spicy.
A little bit,
Bang
but
Bang
it's like
reminds you of spice.
But it's like white people spice. Like it's not like true spice.
For real.
Like it's definitely got like a mayo base, but there is like a hint of sriracha in there, but it's very mild.
Not the sriracha.
Very mild.
Getting crazy.
Like that kind of, it's creamy and it's delicious and it's
doesn't
tangy.
sound good. Takeout.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. They make it in tacos. Like a lot of places do like Bang Bang Shrimp tacos. I just wanted it just by itself, and they have it as an appetizer. So I was really craving that. So I was like, I'm gonna go to Bonefish and I'm gonna get Bang Bang Shrimp. So I sat down. They have like the nice little tiny booths that's like literally meant for like 2 people. So I sat in one of those, and they had this like blueberry lemonade drink. It was delicious. Oh, it was like it was like a blueberry lemonade Sprite, so it had bubbles. It was so good.
Ooh,
it was so good.
mocktail.
I got that. Yeah, I got that, and then I got the Bang Bang Shrimp. I got some lobster bisque soup. It's like one of my favorites.
Sounds like a high tide.
No, this is a part of my high tide.
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
I thought this was a low tide. And I
no,
was
the
like,
low tide was the
sounds
TikTok.
great.
The low tide was TikTok. And then I was saying, like, side note, because this was after I got my phone.
Okay, I was like,
you know
this
what I
sounds
mean?
great, and I don't know where you're going with this.
It was really
They're just going to
nice.
have, like, a really sad plot twist. But okay, I'm glad. It's happy.
And then I even, after I had my Bang Bang Shrimp, I even got myself, like, they had, like, warm brownie with, like, ice cream on top.
Real.
It was so good. It was delightful. I had a really great time.
I love that.
I was telling my friend Maddie, and she was like, you're sitting at a Bonefish by yourself? And I was like, yes. And I sent her a picture of it. Yeah. And she was like, I've never done that. I was like, you have to do it at least once in your life.
I mean, I'm not saying much, but I go everywhere by myself. Like, I was like, as if I'm, like, avoiding someone else now. But I love, just, like, self-dates are, like, my live.
You gotta go to, like, a sit-down restaurant.
I would do that, yeah.
And by yourself. Like, go to, like, a Chili's.
Okay, real.
Go to...
Like, I'm trying to think of, like, the most...
Just not a fast food.
I spent, like, 3 hours at the mall food court yesterday. No, not yesterday. Sometime this week.
But you need a server. You know what I mean?
Real.
Like that. Like that
that's what I haven't done because I've done like coffee shops, cafes, food courts. But okay, I haven't. I don't know if I've ever had that experience.
You gotta go to a place where like you have a server.
Understood. Okay.
It's different. It's fun though. Yeah, I like it.
No, I'll do it.
So that was part of my high tide. Low tide is I don't have TikTok. Also, low tide, guys, is that we're recording this Friday before the Super Bowl.
I know.
So when this episode drops right after the Super Bowl, I don't know who won.
I know.
More importantly, I don't know who lost.
I know.
So I'm like, guys, like, I'm really bummed about that. Like, I'm really sorry because I know you were waiting for my rage, my opinion, and you're gonna have to wait.
Dude, that is actually really sad.
No, it is. Like, we should have thought ahead of that, but this is...
But when would we have done it?
We wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, unless we were doing it at like 3 a.m. on Sunday.
Guys, we didn't have the time to double batch. Wait, no, it wouldn't have mattered.
It wouldn't have mattered, because that's what I'm saying. The only time we could have done it is literally like mid...
Monday morning.
Mid of the night on Sunday. And that's
guys. Mia's doing the Italian hands right now. Mid of the
night. We can't do that. So it feels like it's mid of the night. It's
not our fault that Super Bowl is on Sunday.
It's not.
Why couldn't they have just did it on a different day of the week? It's not. So listen, when we talk about the winner next episode,
or should we do like a mini reaction on like our social media or something?
Maybe we do both.
Be like, oh my gosh.
Or we get together and drop an extra episode that week. That's only if we can make the time. Don't get...
I was about to say, guys, don't get too excited.
Listen, the 2 people that are listening to this, don't get... Ruth, Don't get too hopes up.
Ruth, calm down. All right, we don't know. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh, my low tide.
Yeah, I need to know what brought you down.
Real quick, my low tide. I wasn't even talking about it, but you reminded me about the TikTok thing. I have an iPhone 11. I love her. I love them. I told Hannah my phone goes by they, them pronouns.
And I told her.
I just feel like they do.
No, I told Mia that now that I don't have TikTok, we need to share custody of her phone.
Yes, and
so that I can have TikTok time. Like, I'll have weekends. She can still have major holidays.
Okay, weekends is kind of crazy though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember even agreeing to that.
Okay,
but...
you want to only have them for 2 days?
No, that's sad. I feel bad for you. But
I'll take.
How about you just take it on all my days on when I'm working? Because I'm not on my phone. So you can just have it whenever. I'll just let you know my schedule. And then
we're going to have split custody of her phone, like our child, but then she said that her phone...
Yeah, so as Hannah's telling me about her TikTok problems, I'm like, sucks to be you, goodbye. And then my backspace stops working, and I'm literally sending Hannah a voice memo. I'm like, Hannah, I don't know what you did. You put a hex on me or something. Why is my phone not working? I thought you were mad at me because
you weren't responding.
No, I genuinely was just going in now. I think I was at youth when I was texting you, and I was like, this is really a problem. And I was like, no way, why is my right side of my phone not working? And then it was fine, and then I was like, Hannah, we're good now. And then they're like, oh, actually, that's how Vlad lost his entire phone, and you're screwed.
Vlad just had to get a new phone a couple months ago because the right half of his screen stopped working. And I was like, that's exactly how Vlad started. And his phone was newer than yours.
I cannot express... I can't lose TikTok. I can't. It's not something I can do. It's not something I can manage mentally, physically, spiritually. I don't think I can lose TikTok. So I refuse. I can't.
Maddie and I were talking about you today and how we're concerned.
About my TikTok addiction? Yes. No, I'm not kidding. I refuse. I refuse to lose TikTok. My phone is going to hang in there because I cannot get a new phone. And then, honestly, that's why I told Hannah, if it comes to the case where my phone can't type. Hate you. If somehow she dies, typing-wise, can she still scroll? Because I will literally just keep this phone for TikTok. I don't care. I won't turn it in. I will, because it has TikTok. I will keep it just for TikTok because I don't need to, use a backspace or anything. I'm not leaving comments. I don't, type. I just need to scroll. I just need to doom scroll, and I need to them to doom scroll. Let them let me doom scroll. So anyways, that's low tide, and I actually don't want to talk about it anymore because I will cry and get pissed and I'm done. Okay.
No, Maddie and I talked about it. Maddie was like, you at least seem better than Mia does about the idea of not having TikTok. I was like, no, you have no idea. Mia can't.
I can't.
She can't.
I don't even want to tell you how much time I don't even know how much time. Today was really bad. I got a headache for how much time I was on TikTok. I had a day off today. It was so bad. I didn't have plans till 5. Oh my gosh. It was so bad, guys. I literally slept until 1 a.m. 1 a.m. is crazy. I slept until 1 p.m. and was on TikTok till my plans tonight. Let me see if it tells me when I do my screen time. It was so bad.
Yeah, it should. It should tell you.
It was so bad. Today was so bad. I'm like, oh, I don't want to say.
No,
I literally don't want to say this. This is so bad. This is actually so bad.
You made your bed, babe.
Wait, what does this even mean? 238? Wait. I don't know what that means. Wait, this is notification. Guys, I don't know how to see it. Daily average.
She's lying.
Oh, that's weekly? Wait, that has to be weekly because that's more than 24 hours. What? What the freak? Okay, my daily average is 4 hours and 2 minutes, which doesn't seem that bad. Is that bad?
On just TikTok?
Today, I spent 4 hours and 45 minutes.
On TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
On just TikTok?
Mm-hmm. Just scrolling.
Not even, your phone in general, just TikTok.
Oh, no.
Because the thing is when I tell people, I don't like to tell people my average time.
Tuesday was only 2 hours and 42 minutes, so... How was it more on Monday? What was I doing Monday? 4 hours and 43 minutes? Okay, it's really bad. This is what I'm telling you guys. I can't lose TikTok.
But this is what I don't like telling people how my screen time on my phone because it's not accurate because I play my shows constantly in the background.
Oh no, I watch.
So you know what I mean? Yeah, I have I have Netflix or whatever up on my phone while I'm eating Right. I won't even be actively or while I'm working. Just playing in the background.
Right.
So it'll be you've been on your phone for 9 hours. I'm I actually haven't. Mm-hmm. I actually haven't been on my phone that much. I just have my phone open playing my show because I have ADHD and I need background noise.
Yes. No, I am actively on it for that entire 4 hours and 40
Like, I'm not
minutes.
saying I'm not on my phone a lot, because there's definitely days where
my phone's so much.
I can be on my phone a lot, especially when I had TikTok.
The thing is, though, I use TikTok for, like, every app. Like, if I'm looking up, like, outfit ideas, I'm going to go on TikTok. I'm not going to Google or anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want to look up a recipe, sometimes, barely. I'm always on TikTok. Like, I use it as, like, my Google. Like, I'll just do searches in there.
That's fair.
Or, like, to find music. I'll literally just be like, oh, da-da-da, songs that relate to this. Like, that's what I was doing today. I was like, what emotion am I feeling? Songs about...
I've never done that.
Oh, I literally use TikTok as, like, my life support.
I listen to the same music.
No, to find new music, I'll be like, songs that, like, remind me of sunshine or something, and I'll just, like, get someone else's playlist. Like,
That's crazy.
Very much. This isn't my low tide. I'm going off right now because I don't even want to talk about it anymore. But I can't lose TikTok, and my phone's going to hang in there. I'm going to have an iPhone 11 for life.
For life, dude, it's crazy. They're probably, Apple at some point will just shut it down because it's so old and force you to get a new phone.
I will make them give me TikTok. I don't care.
And then you're
I
going
can
to have
get
to
a new phone
spend...
on TikTok. And my mom... Guys... I don't even want to talk about it because I know my mom's listening to this. She's going to be, I told you so, because she told me to get a new phone before Christmas. And I said, no, my phone's fine. I'm not going to waste money to get a new phone. I'm fine. Like, I don't care about, like, having a new phone. Like, if it works, it works. So I said, no, I'm fine. And now she's rubbing it in my face about how I would have had still a TikTok.
Vlad was telling me I should have done the same thing when he got his new phone.
So, sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Vlad.
Goodbye. I can't.
But I was like, I told him the same thing. I was like, at the time, I was like, I don't need a new phone right now. Because... The whole reason I got a new phone is because I switched phone plans. And, like, we weren't ready for me to do that. It was a whole thing. And so I just didn't do it yet. And now I'm like, oh, yeah, hindsight 2020. Should have done it beforehand.
I know. So I'm regretting things. But anyways, I'll do my real low tide really quick.
That wasn't your real low tide?
No. You just reminded me of that. This will be really, really quick. It's about raccoon.
I love raccoons.
Okay, that's the weirdest thing anyone's ever said. You love them?
They're so cute.
No, me and raccoons have this, like, thing.
No, that's Maddie's favorite animal, too.
Sorry, then she's gonna hate this story. You're gonna hate this story.
I mean, they're not my favorite, but they're so cute.
Me and raccoons, just, we don't...
Like me and frogs.
No, like, I like raccoons. They don't, like, I'm just constantly put in positions where I'm harming them. And I don't mean to. I've accidentally run one over once. I cried. That was horrible. I'm not kidding. That was a whole thing. And I literally told people, and, like, they would make me feel worse about it because I don't think I really ran it over. I think I just hit it, and I think it solely suffered on the side of the road. And I looked for it the next day because I literally cried, and I felt so sorry for this raccoon. And then I got only raccoon stuff on my For You page on TikTok forever, and I was constantly reminding me of it, and it was horrible. So anyways, there's that. And then, so this story is... about my sister's house and my brother-in-law. I talk about them a lot because they're very close to me. So, and they live, like, literally, like, the next street over. So, I don't know if you guys knew that. Anyway, so they have this raccoon in their attic. Mm-hmm.
In your house?
Yes, in their attic. They would hear it all the time, da-da-da-da.
Oh, in their house?
Yes. And so they were, like, looking into, like, getting someone to take it out, da-da-da-da. $1,000s. Insane. Like, money. Yes. So, Josh being... the brave man he is, goes and he, like... No. So they had a hole in, like, their roof kind of area, and that's where the raccoon would come in and out. So he was trying to figure out a way to get this raccoon out. So, like, when the raccoon... It was this whole thing. He was, like, texting the family group chat. He's like, the raccoon left. So he was going to try to, like, patch up the hole so the raccoon can't get back in. Makes sense, right? That was the plan. And then he does that, and he's like, wait. He, like, was doing research. If there's, like, a certain time frame or something where it would make sense for there to be baby raccoons up there. No. He looks up there. There's a litter of baby raccoons up there now. So he's, like, telling me about this, and then he asks me...
Is there no, like, conservation people that would come and take them? Or...
No, they weren't. I don't even know. And it was just in the time frame where, like, now we know that this raccoon's obviously going to come back because it's this mommy. Babies. I know. And she's just being a good mother and wants to get her babies. So it was this whole thing. So anyways, Josh is just telling me about this, and he's like, hey, I need your heating pad. For the babies. And I was like, okay, bet. So I drove over. Yeah, we're going to make something good for them. So I drop off this heating pad, and then while I'm there, I get roped in, which happy to help. Also, I'm not good at this. It's literally, like, the time it is now. It's, like, 11:30 p.m. And I'm like, we're going on this raccoon adventure. And so this raccoon, she's out of the house. And, like, then he, like, makes this, like, kind of thing to block it up. She, like, rummages and gets in it. And the attic is open in their house with a ladder.
Oh, no.
So, like, this raccoon could have easily gone out, like, in their house. So, like, he's like telling me, yes, and he's telling me so I have to like close this attic, and so we're just doing this whole thing where we're trying to get the raccoon out so we can block off, like Josh is trying to make an actual like thing that the raccoon can't get through to patch up this hole, so then he can go in, get the raccoon babies, and like let him go. Let them be. We're doing this very ethically, very civilly. Honestly, better than me. So it's just this whole thing. So while he's trying to like cut the wood and stuff to patch up this hole in the roof, I'm supposed to be the intimidator so the raccoon doesn't get back in the attic.
That's a terrible job for you.
So I'm on this roof for over an hour. It's really cold. I was not prepared for this. I was just prepared to jump off a heating pad. So I'm like in slides, but on my pants and like this t-shirt. I'm freezing. It was like during kind of the cold front. I'm just holding a baseball bat and I have a headlamp. And this is my life. This is my life. I'm literally just like...
I would pay money to see a picture of that.
I have a video. I was vlogging. But I was so scared because I was like, what is this raccoon? Like, what am I going to do if this raccoon actually comes on this roof right now? She's in mother mode. She wants her babies.
You're going to beat it with a baseball bat?
Like, I didn't want to do that. I was praying the whole time. I was like, no. And anytime she came, like, even near, I was, like, screaming. I was like, go away. I was trying to, like, intimidate her.
I would be scared because I could not harm an animal like that. There's no way. That's what I'm saying.
I was terrified the whole time. And then he finally, like, patches up the roof or whatever. And so this is my low tide. I'm just, like, so scared. I'm just on this roof and I'm cold and I'm wearing slides. And it's, like, a slanted roof. So I'm like, I could fall and I don't know what's happening.
Santa Claus.
I know. I'm trying to be brave. I'm trying to put on a brave face, but I'm not doing well. And so then he patches it up, whatever. And then so he goes inside this attic to get the babies. He's the only one that like knows how to obviously do his attic. And so I'm just waiting for him. And then I just see his hands. He's like, Mia, grab the babies. What the freak? I can't just, like, I was freaking out. I'm like, and he just hands me, like, this bin, and he's, like, having to plank. I give so much credit for Josh. He has to, like, their attic is so small. He's, like, planking and, like, having to, like, go down. It's, like, this beam that the babies are in and, like, get them one by one. And, like, he's, like, literally, like, barely in there. Whatever. So then he's, like, kind of still stuck. He's giving me these babies. And then I'm like, oh, my gosh, I'm holding, I'll show you pictures after. I have, like, there's 6 of them. 6 raccoon babies. And they're making noise, though. They're like, they're crying for their mom.
Yeah.
So then I like go outside. I'm like, the mom's gonna hear the babies crying and think that I stole her babies. So she's gonna attack me.
Did you touch them with your hands?
No, they were in a bin, and I was wearing one glove. I could only find one glove, so I'm like literally going like this. I'm like trying to hold her with me.
Your scent isn't on them, so that's good.
But I was just like, they were making so much noise. They were so loud. I'm like, this mom's gonna attack me. And so Josh finally comes down, and then we're like trying to figure out. So we just put the bin over there, and now they want to be silent, and now the mom's like trying to find the babies, and like she won't come because she's still scared of us. So then we're trying to like put the babies on the roof and like let her reunite with them, but it was just this whole thing.
How would she get the babies down?
Just one by one, and that's what she did. And the next day there was no babies in the bin. We just left it in the roof. So now I'm like a little concerned for them because now there's just like 7 raccoons right by their house because they just let them go, and she just like got her babies and like moved away. But it was this whole thing, and it was so scary.
That's so cool. What do you mean?
It was not cool.
That is cool. You got to help, like, remove them from a situation.
I didn't do anything. I was just...
No one got harmed.
No one got harmed.
You got to be around raccoon babies. That's so cool. I was just
scared. I'll just show you a picture really quick.
That's a high tide. Stop.
There's 6 raccoon babies.
They're so cute.
It was so scary.
I want to help.
Next time. Literally.
Call me.
It was just so cool. That was the worst part. Was just like me scared for my life on the roof.
You need to call me next time.
With a baseball bat and the headlamp.
That's crazy.
It was like midnight and I was so cold. And then even like when the raccoon was up there and Josh was on the roof, he's like, Mia, go close the attic. And I had to run up there, like put the attic up, scared that it was gonna fall on my face. I was just living in fear. I was not made for that. Give so much credit to Josh. He was a trooper. He was amazing. I was scared for my life, and that's my story.
Wow. Thank you for your service. I think I've yawned 15 times since we started.
Okay, sorry I'm boring you, Hannah.
No, oh my gosh,
sorry.
no.
I'm just kidding.
Because of that. Because it's late.
I'm just kidding. No, I know.
And today was buddy day at the gym. And it was actually so cool because, so I coach the 5:30 and 6:30 p.m. class. And my 6:30 p.m. is typically always very small. It's late. Like, that's late to work out, 6:30 p.m. So it's typically, like, very small. But my 5:30 dude, I think that was, like, the busiest class I've ever coached.
Really?
Which, like, but it was really fun, though, because, like, that's how I want buddy days to be. Like, there were a couple of buddies. And, like, sometimes I feel like we struggle, like, I swear there was, like, sometimes where I'm like, I was the only person bringing in buddies and bringing in friends. And so it was really cool. And like, even for the people that didn't bring like a buddy per se, like, I don't know, there were so many people, and I just love partner workouts, and everyone was working together. Fun environment, yeah. It was just really, really fun. And I'm telling you, dude, I felt like there was like 20 people. Like, it was a lot. Mm-hmm. I've never coached a class that big before, but I feel like I handled it pretty well, because like teaching a big class like that can be a little overwhelming, especially when you're like teaching movements, and like you want to have good management, but like also recognize like there's so many people, and not everyone is gonna listen or pay attention, and you know, it's just a lot. But anyway, that was pretty cool. But just a little separate high tide there. Shout out.
Just a little separate. Something.
My point is that I'm just tired because I worked all day before coaching. Your girls sleepy.
You're welcome, guys. I'm worried though. I have to open tomorrow. And I live 30 minutes away. That's what I'm worried about. Like, I'm worried about
You have reason.
I have a busy day tomorrow too, because I work and then I'm going. Sure,
that's a lot.
I have chocolate in my fingernail. That's disgusting. Sorry.
That is disgusting.
I just grossed myself out for a second.
We need to do our manna. Quick little manna before getting into our meat.
Yes. And you'll understand kind of how it relates to what we're talking about. Obviously, if you know the title of this episode, you probably make the connection, but we'll explain.
Well, come on.
Do not fret. Do not fret. I'm just going to start with the verse, because I feel like letting scripture speak is way better than anything I have to say. So.
Not that you're not amazing about scripture.
I'm telling you. Not even close. Colossians 3:23 and 24. It says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. So, relating this to the Grammys, the award show season, whatever. Man, oh man, if I was a celebrity, which I would hate being a celebrity, first of all, but how easy it would be to get lost in seeking validation and the approval and the rewards from humans. Human masters, the human society, just that world. That's what I'm saying. Even like in our position, like I'm constantly seeking validation from other people and just wanting their approval and wanting their just appreciation and their compliments, whatever, their affirmations.
Because we don't have the confidence in ourselves just to know that even if no one says anything, you can still believe that what you did was good.
That's so hard.
It's very hard.
And then, so I'm saying, like, we deal with that just like as regular old me and you know?
Yeah.
Which I also have a problem. I'm like, celebrities are better than me. We've talked about this, but I'm like, I really need to fix that in my mind. But anyway, so celebrities over here their livelihood is their work, you know? Yeah. And like, it's constantly, which I think is crazy. Like, if you are in the music industry, if we talk about like the Grammys, your music, its success is due to people's validation from it.
Yeah.
Like, how many people are streaming it? How many people enjoy it? How many, like...
That goes for any content creator.
Exactly. Yeah. So, or like movies, whatever, acting, it's constantly just validated and approved based off of people saying, yes, I like it, thumbs up, whatever. And then when it comes to award shows, it's approved and validated by if you get an award for it. If the 13,000 people they kept saying that was on the committee, whatever that means, gets to decide who wins these Grammys. Like, that's what you're seeking for. That's what you're searching for. Because if you win a Grammy, you've made it. You've done good, you know?
Yeah.
So, if you kind of relate to that, that's horrible to live that way. We can even just attest to how exhausting it is to live based off of if people approve of you or not. Like, it's suffocating. Yeah, a horrible way to live. As easy as it is to say, you know, just don't do that. Like, we all do. And you can all, like, I feel like we can all say that it's not fun, you know, when you're constantly seeking that validation from people. So when you relate it to living like that, or not relate it, but if you compare it to living that way, whether you're a celebrity, whether you're just a regular old person looking for validation from people, compliments, awards, whatever, in your workplace, it can be in any aspect of life, I feel like. If you compare that to living just for the Lord.
Yeah.
And not for human masters, and receiving the reward, the inheritance of like eternal life. And you have your mind set on that, how freeing that is. Yeah. I feel like we talk about it all the time, but like God, you know, these two verses in Colossians weren't just put there to be all willy-nilly. Like God has, like his scripture is God breathed, and it is best, like he knows what's best for us. And so when he's saying like, oh, work for me, not for human masters, it's not because like he wants whatever, but he's saying like, how much better is it to work for someone that knows what's best for you, that wants what's best for you, than these fleeting opinions. Like someone could think you're amazing 1 second, and then you do one thing that they're not like, and they're like, okay, literally get away from me, you're a disgusting human, you know?
We're very judgmental.
Very all over the place.
Not only are we judgmental, but we also are human, that have emotions and can make snap judgments, or can hold grudges, you know, whatever. And so it's like someone can rub us wrong in the first 20 seconds of meeting them, and then we have this impression of them in our head about the kind of person that they are, when you haven't even given them a real chance.
Right.
You know, or like I even think about, though, with what you're saying, kind of like what you said in the manna last week, where I think it is the same concept of like when we are living our life knowing that we've already won.
Yeah.
Like when you are doing things knowing that you already have approval.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you already have the stamp of approval, you already have the validation.
That's so good.
Right, like because we're working and doing it for the Lord. Obviously that means that what we're doing has to align with the Word of God, right? That doesn't just apply to anything. But you know, when it comes to, I think, especially like our purpose in life, and if we feel like, you know, like I would feel like that a lot as a teacher, where I'm like, am I even making a difference in these kids' lives, you know? Yeah. And I would wait for parents just to shower me with approval, but that's not going to happen all the time. But I have to be confident enough in myself to know that what I'm doing is right. And even I think sometimes, especially for women, when it comes to like insecurity and wanting validation about how we look, like it can get to the point where I remember, you know, back if I had posted like a selfie on Instagram, and if no one commented that they thought I looked good, then I would delete it, because I'm like, I guess I don't look good then, because I don't have the confidence in myself to feel like, oh, I am beautiful, without anyone else having to tell me that.
I agree with you, yeah.
But it's like, rather than going from your life, like if you're wanting to share a moment from your life, like I don't need validation from anybody else, because I know what God has already said about me.
Yeah.
And nothing in life can ever trump that.
Yeah, that's good.
You know?
Yeah, and I love too that God is such just a giving father, that like just us living for him and just having that confidence, like that is like reward enough, you know? Like that should be enough, that like, wow, he's freed us from that exhausting livelihood of seeking others' approval. But like it literally, the verse says like, you'll receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. So not only do we get to just live life here, having that freedom, but like God is gifting us just goodness now, you know, when it comes to when we serve him, like just he gives us with favor and anointing when we look to him instead of the world. And then not only that, like our lives here, but we also get the reward, you know, when it says like run the race and look ahead for the crown that's everlasting. We get to live a life eternally with the one that is the only one that approves of us, when we definitely don't deserve that approval, you know, like it's just so good of a God. And
I think we see already, like, you know, we can even use the Jessa Baldoni, Blake Lively stuff, how fleeting human approval is, so right? Fleeting. Because like look at Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, they were at the top. They were like a Hollywood power couple. I loved them. I used to love them, and they were in the limelight at the top of their career with her in this movie, and him in Wolverine and Deadpool, or Deadpool Wolverine, whatever. And like everyone loved him. Like I've like loved Ryan Reynolds since like The Proposal, which is still one of my favorite movies, and you know, and all those things. And I mean, people loved them. People, like, you know, when it came to like the Met Gala, everyone wanted to see what Blake Lively was gonna wear, because her looks were always beautiful and amazing and everything. And then like you can see how quickly you can lose.
People turn on them,
Like people turn. Now, granted, do they deserve the turning? In my opinion, I think they earned it. But it goes to show that, you know, whether or not you did earn it, social media and the gratification that you can feel from having the approval of others, you can fall so quickly from that. And people on social media can be loving and praising you one minute, and then they can be turning on you the next. Jesus went through the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, if Jesus had gone by the approval of people, he was literally beloved and was doing all of these miracles and saving all of these people. And then the same people that were yelling Hosanna and loving him were crucifying him the next week.
Right.
So, like, and he still went through and fulfilled his purpose regardless of all of that.
Exactly.
Because he knew where his confidence came from. He knew what he had come here to do. And ultimately, he knew that he had God's approval for what he was doing. And he didn't let the opinions of others go around him. Because I'm sure there were a lot of people back in his day, that, like, thought he was crazy.
No, for sure.
Like, this man is going around claiming that he's the son of God. That's crazy.
For sure.
And if he would have let that get to him, then he wouldn't have been able to fulfill the prophecy that he needed to fulfill. So be like Jesus. Guys, that's it. That's all it is. It's just super simple. Just literally be like Jesus.
Just be like Jesus in every way.
Everything will be fine.
I'm telling you.
But...
anyways.
Speaking of... I told Mia I needed to talk about this topic. Because, again, I'm bringing her up a lot, but, like, Maddie and I were talking about it. She was like, this should be a podcast. And I was like, it's definitely going to be a podcast episode. Did you watch the Grammys?
No.
Okay, me neither.
But my handy dandy friend TikTok, love her.
At the time, I had TikTok, guys.
Yeah.
I got all the updates.
But yeah, I got all the juice from there.
So
clips.
So many juice. So much juice. So many clips.
Yeah.
So I told Mia we needed to talk about it because the big question, you know, is the Super Bowl rigged? I don't know. I'll let you guys know.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, we do know.
Oh.
Well, we don't in this moment, but we do by the time this episode drops. I mean, I can... Sure. There's definitely some rigging going on. But then the question changes to, are the Grammys rigged? And based on what we've seen, the answer is a big ol' yeah. I was texting me about it. I was like, our episode, were the Grammys rigged? Because yes, they were. Because they absolutely were. Like, not even a question about it. Which just opens up a whole another can of worms with Beyonce conspiracies. The worms.
Yeah. I know. Like, all the celebrities. I feel like we could go off so many different branches of just, like, all of the content that comes from these crazy figures. From Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Kanye, the Sabrina Olivia stuff. Like, there's just so much. But we were specifically talking about the Beyonce stuff before. I feel like we should start with that because she won Album of the Year. Crazy. Country. Wait, no.
Both.
Okay.
Baby, it was both.
That's crazy. First of all.
That's the thing. Because so first of all, I didn't know originally that it was both. Because me and Maddie, shout out. I've been talking about her a lot.
You have to get her on here.
I've told her that she's got to be a guest. We were talking about it, and I didn't know that she had won more than just Album of the Year. I thought she had won Album of the Year, which she did. And I immediately was like, what the fart? Because that's literally, there's no way.
The other nominations?
Over the other, the Taylor Swift Tortured Poet Society
Hit
album.
Me Hard and Soft, Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish was the big one. Sabrina Carpenter's album, Chapel Roan, Doechii, Kendrick, like all of these other albums that have dropped this year. Like, for me, there was no album on there that I listened to fully except for Sabrina Carpenter's because, like, I became a full Carpenter fan. And I'm not a huge Swiftie, especially this album didn't really do it for me, but it did for so many people. And I I like Billie Eilish. I just have never.
I really liked this album. I don't know
haven't.
what it is.
I remember
really
you had an
with her.
obsession with Birds of a
Birds
Feather.
of a Feather. I literally sing that all the time still. Wildflower was amazing. That one song that's like more that I don't know how to pronounce. Like I really enjoyed her.
I heard so many good things about it. I still have.
The Greatest is an amazing song. Because I don't usually vibe with Billie Eilish's old stuff, but this. I really like this album.
Yeah.
I thought it deserved to win, especially because she didn't she didn't get any other Grammys that night. I thought it was like all leading up to her getting album of the year because I don't know, and people were saying that like this was the one where she felt she deserved it.
Yes.
Because like if you even see all the clips, like every time she's won a Grammy in the past, she always says like Ariana Grande, you deserved this more than me, Megan. Like she always says that, but this time like she cried. She was visibly upset that like she felt she earned. And
I'm so upset that I'm upset that they put the camera on her in that moment.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
Because she had tears in her eyes. And here's the thing: if she would have lost to Taylor, to Sabrina, to Chappell Roan, I could have at least understood it a little bit more. Not saying that she didn't deserve it, because again, I haven't listened to the album, but I have heard so many good things. I hear clips of the songs playing all the time on social media and everything like that, and seeing the devastation on her face to lose to Beyonce.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like, we're not talking like Beyonce's Lemonade there, where everyone thought that she was like, everyone thought Beyonce deserved to win Album of the Year when she dropped Lemonade, and she didn't. No, we're talking about Cowboy Carter.
This ain't Texas.
The only song that anybody knows.
I don't know it. That's all I know about it.
Yeah, that's that. And I won't lie, that song is catchy. I'll give credit where there's credit is due. That song is catchy. I
also know the 16. Literally any song that just went viral on TikTok. That's all I know.
Yeah,
I never
but I don't know anybody. I don't know a single person that's listened to that album completely. And it was supposed to be a quote unquote country album, but it's not. It's definitely not country. And even when you look at like the amount of streams or how popular, it was near the bottom. Like it didn't even hold a candle towards all of these other albums and artists that we mentioned. So it doesn't make sense. But then what really
think about it.
But then what really ruffled my feathers was that she also won Country Album of the Year.
Yeah.
And to me, like this is what me and Maddie were talking about, like Album of the Year like pissed us off. But Country Album is like a spit in the face to all the genuine.
I'd be pissed if I was an actual
country artist. And Beyonce is winning. Bro, what? Like there's like full on rap songs on it. Like it's not country.
I was showing Hannah like there's like memes going around where it's like, oh, good old fashioned country on the back roads, and it's really like a rap song. She's like talking about
even Post Malone's album deserved that more. His album was amazing.
Yeah.
And he actually
Chris Stapleton I feel like just always deserves awards because he's incredible.
He's so good.
Yeah.
And like at least Post like actually collabed with real country artists. Like and was genuinely
I feel like
making
I can't
country
even
music.
Like speak on Cowboy Carter though because I
don't know
never wanted to listen to anything less in my entire life. But so I can't really speak on it. I just can tell you right now I don't know.
And yeah, there's just all of these other like even Morgan Wallen, like all of these other country artists where I'm like, imagine getting beat out in your category, like where you think, okay, this is my moment, and Beyonce.
I'm flipping tables.
So then the whole thing was like, you know, the conspiracy theory with it. I mean, we had already talked about with the whole people thanking Beyonce at the Grammys.
Did you see the Miley Cyrus joke?
Yes.
Yeah, she was like, I feel like I should say Beyonce, but.
And, you know, now she's won these 2 Grammys, and she was the first Black woman, I believe, to win Album of the Year.
Oh, or Album of the Year, really?
Maybe I'm wrong on that.
I don't know. Maybe I know Doechii had the thing where she was only the 3rd woman to win Rap Album of the Year. Which was amazing. Yeah,
because her song.
I love Doechii.
She's so funny. I love her.
I love her. Denial's a River.
Denial's a River is so good. It's the only song I've listened to. On that album. I do want to listen to more of her music though, because like she's just a vibe.
That's
I love
what
her.
I'm saying. I love how unique her music is.
Yes.
Yes.
And she's genuinely so talented.
Yes.
But last year, Jay-Z like made a whole like scene saying that he can't believe that Beyonce hasn't won Album of the Year yet. And then the next year at the Grammys, she wins it when it was so blatantly obvious that she didn't earn it. And I'm like...
Exactly. It wasn't like they paid their way to at least make it... Like, if you have that much power, make your album more successful, if you're going to get album of the year. Yeah.
It's just wild to me. And I'm like, to see that, and it's just like the Chiefs, man, where I'm like, it's clear.
So obvious.
So obvious that there's blatant cheating going on.
Beyonce's reaction was like, what?
Yeah, like she acts so surprised. I'm like, girl, you're not that good of an actress.
I've seen people say she was just looking for who wasn't clapping. The way she looked around, who's not clapping for her? She's gonna die. Literally.
Who's not happy for me?
I'm telling you.
And yeah, seeing Billy's reaction just absolutely broke my heart. I do think that I think any of the other artists that were mentioned deserved it more than Beyonce, but especially
deserved
yeah. It's so good. But, oh my gosh. And I don't know if you saw Sabrina's whole, like, performance. She did so good.
Her performance.
She's an entertainer, man. Yes, she's so funny. I love her. Yeah. But yeah, so there's that. So then we were talking about other Beyonce conspiracies to just tie into it all. And the biggest one that's been circulating for me, at least, is the whole conspiracy theory about Blue Ivy not being her daughter. Yes. Especially now that she's getting a little bit older and you can really see her features. And it's not that she doesn't not look like Beyonce, but she could also pass for another woman's daughter called Kathy. It's spelled Caithy, so Kathy,
White, right?
White, I think. Yeah, something like that. So I guess the whole conspiracy is like 12 years ago. The fact that Blue Ivy is only like 12.
Dude.
Like, someone needs to, like, remind her that she's a child and let her be a child. Like, she looks like a grown adult woman, and I'm sure that she's getting a lot of creepy older passes. Like,
genuinely, yeah.
Like, she does not... They're not dressing her like a 12-year-old. I don't like that. Anyway, I don't even remember any 12-year-olds being able to look like that when I was 12.
I'm telling you.
Like, what happened to puberty? Anyway.
What happened?
What happened? It's just happening too early.
Yeah.
It's in our food.
I was just about to say hormones.
Don't even get me started on that. We'll be here all night. So the Beyonce conspiracy is that 12 or something years ago, it had become known that Jay-Z had a long-term affair with this woman, like Kathy White. And the rumor is that she is the true mom of Blue Ivy. And that because she died pretty shortly after Blue was born.
Natural causes?
Of natural causes at like 20, 30 something years old. Anytime someone in Hollywood dies of natural causes. That young.
I'm going to give a side eye.
Yeah, I don't buy it. And so the thing is that Beyonce, the conspiracy is that Beyonce had found out about the affair and that she was pregnant, and so the way that they went about it was let her carry the baby to term, give birth, and Beyonce during this time is going to pretend that she is pregnant because that would get her a lot of press and all these things, and it is Jay-Z's child, so
I wonder how they kept... So, I mean, I don't know about this Kathy White lady. I don't even know what her career was, but like, did they just
she was some type of journalist.
Okay.
She just wasn't.
So I'm saying like they could have kept her under wraps if she was pregnant. So.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think she was like a super well-known person until after everything had happened.
Yeah. Right.
So then Blue Ivy's born, and then a couple of months later, Kathy dies of natural causes at like 30-something years old.
That's actually insane. And like, if we think about this for real, like if these conspiracies are true, like this is evil.
No, it's like pure
it's actually
evil.
Like,
but Beyonce's already been proven to be super close to Diddy and all of that, so I do believe that they are pure evil. Like, I don't want anything to do with them. And the thing was, the biggest thing that sparked this conspiracy and what gives it more backing is that there is a video recording of when Beyonce was going on a talk show, when she was supposed to be further along in her pregnancy. Like, she had a whole bump and everything. And she went to go sit down in this chair for the talk show, and her bump completely flattens out like a pancake. That's crazy. Like you slow it down, like she bends down to like go sit, and her belly completely deflates.
That's actually crazy.
And so it was very obvious that it wasn't a real pregnancy. And she never did another talk show after that until after Blue was born. So there was one half of people that were like, well, she could have been using a surrogate. A lot of celebrities do. But she never really claimed. She was pretending that... I was
going to say, why couldn't she have said
then why don't just say you have a surrogate? Yeah. She was full on pretending that she was pregnant with Blue Ivy. And the thing is like, Blue does look kind of like Kathy White's too. Like, her and Beyonce don't look that different from each other.
Or it could have, yeah.
They have very similar skin complexions and things like that. So it's not that absurd to think about, and I wouldn't put it past. I personally, like, I believe it. So then, to connect it to the Grammys, on this Cowboy Carter album, there's a song called Daughter. Y'all, yes. I don't even know if I want to read the lyrics, to be honest, because
it sounds evil.
They're very dark. But go read the lyrics for the song Daughter by Beyonce. Like, the first verse alone is like bone chilling. I don't even understand why they put lyrics in that though. Like, what are you doing? And so then on top of it, so people, the conspiracy with the song being called Daughter is that it's the story of Beyonce talking about her taking the life of Kathy, and it's called Daughter because Blue Ivy, she's pretending that Blue Ivy is her daughter, but it's really Kathy's daughter. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's a little wild. On top of the fact that, like, you also have to consider, wasn't there like 15 plus writers on this album? That was Beyonce's crazy. Album. Billie Eilish had 2. Literally her and her brother. Her and her brother writing these songs. And it's literal genius in those songs, and it's horrible, whatever. I mean, I need to listen to the full album now just to, like, further support her. Wildflower is incredible. Is incredible. So that's kind of like that conspiracy. In the back of my mind. That song's... You sang a lot this episode. You're giving the people a treat. You're welcome. People of the people. But then, the other part of the Grammys that we need to talk about, Mia had brought it up. I had forgotten about it. Kanye I don't know West. How. This is what's been more on my free page than the Beyonce stuff. I've seen Kanye a lot West. Of both. Yeah. A lot of both. Because this is not Kanye. This is not the same Kanye. I firmly believe this. So anyways, you guys don't know. Kanye West I know, but he wasn't invited. Him and his new wife, Bianca Sensory, whatever her name is. They showed up to the Grammys, walked the red carpet. Apparently they weren't invited, so they actually got thrown out, which is crazy. Especially after the stunt they pulled. Yes. So they show up to the red carpet. Kanye's wearing whatever he's wearing, and his wife all shows black, up. Normal clothes. Yeah, he's just, I don't even know what he's wearing. But Bianca's wearing like this huge fur coat, and like they're wearing the red carpet and stuff. And then obviously when they're taking pictures, I've seen so many videos of like people trying to like see what they're saying. They have this conversation beforehand. But anyways, talk about that too. Yeah. Anyways, the events happen where Bianca's pretty much naked, just completely naked. I think it's just like a dress, but she's naked. It's a dress, but it's completely mesh and completely see through. She's naked. That's like full kitty cat. She's naked. Like everything. She's literally naked walking this carpet. People are taking pictures, whatever. And so that was the whole thing, because they're like, what the heck is happening? Like, Kanye in general is insane, like, with the stuff that he has been doing lately. But now, like, his wife comes out and they're like, there's like, people don't know if it's like this abusive thing or like she obviously didn't want to do it, but then other people are arguing that she's always kind of been a little out there in this way. I can't figure out where I stand. I don't know anything about her. I didn't really look into her. But the beforehand conversation did look a little sketchy because she's like shaking her head no. She shook her head no like 2 or 3 times. Yes. And so, then Kanye looked very adamant. And then she took off her jacket and was naked. There was that. So I have seen like other like multiple lip readings. I was actually doing that today on my 4 hours and 45 minutes. I haven't been able to find someone. Yeah. So I saw 2. One was I agree more with this one because I just don't think that they have this. Like, I don't think they have anyway. So one is like they think Kanye's saying let's make a scene, and she says no. That's what he's reading. Let's make a scene. But my mindset is like, obviously they're going to make a scene. Like, They're already making a scene because you showed up.
It seemed too Disney Channel movie to me to be like, let's make a scene. All right, let's do it. Like, I just didn't like that one. And then there was another one that I saw that I agree with more. It was just them talking about, like, he's like, okay, where do you want me to stand? Like, I'm going to take a step back. And then she's like, no, like, stand next to me. That's what she's saying. Like, no.
Oh.
Which I just feel like makes more sense because...
But that doesn't seem like the kind of no she was giving.
I don't know. So, again, I don't know. But it was like, he's like, oh, do you want me to step back? And she's like, no, like... you go behind me or something, and then he was like, oh, okay, like, whatever. So, anyways, they just don't know why this happened and where it stands. My whole thing is just this Kanye, this is not the same Kanye that made everything that has breath, praise the Lord. I just don't believe this is the same Kanye. And then, again, that's also controversial because people are like, he has been diagnosed with, like, a bipolar disorder, and this is what it unmedicated can turn into, and, like, we're just seeing that unfold. Or... let's think about it. Man. It could be just when Kanye said that if he disappears, he comes back, it's not him.
And he disappeared and come back with really weird behavior from day one.
Different than when beforehand. So I just don't think this is Kanye, guys. And
not only that, okay, we were talking about it. It's not only the fact that he literally said, if I disappear for a while and I come back and I'm acting weird, it's not me, but it's also the fact that physically there are differences.
He looks different.
Different.
People can have different facial whatever, but it just is.
It doesn't seem like normal aging.
That's what I'm saying. There's just too much adding up for it to make sense.
Yeah.
For this to be the same Kanye.
I personally think we're talking just about like this Kanye right now and the whole situation that happened at the Grammys. First of all, I have a lot of thoughts about it because I would not be surprised if it was some type of abusive thing. But at the same point, she has worn completely crazy stuff in the past. I don't know how I'm sure he is controlling to a degree.
Even beforehand, like...
But like, you know, they're in a relationship together. I already thought it was weird that he immediately started getting with someone that looks just like Kim.
Exactly like Kim.
But like... I'm like, he gave you the dress and like you put on, again, like there are ways to control. I don't know if he has something on her. I don't know if it is a truly abusive situation, like he's got to have some type of threat to be making her do this. But at the same time, like I've seen her in other situations where it seems like she eats up the attention. So I don't know how there's not enough that's come out with that yet for me to have a solid opinion on necessarily the status of their relationship. But coming to the Grammys in a mesh clear dress and a big fur coat to a award show that you're not invited to. But what gets me about all the paparazzi taking her photo and everything, and I'm like, is this not public indecency? Like, isn't this illegal? I'm like,
it's all out there. You can easily go to like Getty Images and see it.
And I'm like, why? Like, why are they just allowed? Like, because they're celebrities to do whatever they want. I'm like, that's public indecency. It's public nudity. Like, it should not. It
should just like flash everyone.
So that's exactly what it is. And I'm like, if it were a man, I wonder how this would have happened.
That's a great point.
But I'm like, but it's a beautiful woman. And so, and she's married to a very controversial but high person in Hollywood, and so no one does anything.
It's just
because there's no way if a man took off a fur coat and had nothing on, that people wouldn't immediately be like, get him covered up and like stop this, like whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's a beautiful woman, so we just allow it to happen.
Women's bodies are just like, it's just accepted that.
Yeah. And I will say that like Kanye, there's obviously something sick about the dynamic about him being okay with her being prodded off like a trophy like that. And even in his facial expressions were like, it did seem very, I own that. Mm-hmm. This is my property.
But he's like holding her. Yeah.
I did.
It just there's vibes all around.
Their relationship dynamic is obviously very sick and twisted to begin with. Even if she is willing to do it, I'm sorry, this is not true feminism. This is not true empowerment. This does not empower women. It sets us back, actually, like a lot, because you were literally boiling yourself down to simply just what you look like. Yeah. and your body and not caring about anything about what truly gives you value on the inside.
Yeah, it's just sad. Either way, if she was agreed to it or not, it's just, I don't know.
Something about it just doesn't sit right.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they got kicked out, but that should have happened the moment that she got nude in public. Like, I don't understand how that's even up for a debate. Like, it's illegal. If it were any other normal human being, someone would have called the cops and they would have been arrested. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's...
Like, if you think about it, like, just putting no names on anything, a person uninvited walks the carpet naked.
That's what I'm saying.
That's illegal. So much so, yeah.
Like, how did they even get on the red carpet if they weren't invited?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, these are the questions that I have.
That's what I'm saying. Hollywood's just sketchy, man.
All of it is. And what's even crazier is, like, did it happen at the Grammys or was it some other award show that happened recently? Because there's, it's award show season where, like, they're, like, in a room full of, like, millionaires and billionaires and they're asking the people watching at home to, like, donate money to the fires crazy. Or something like that. And I'm like, can you just talk to the people that are in the room? Like, that you have the 1%.
Billionaires, yeah.
You have the 1% with you right now. And you guys are asking people in this economy to be, normal people to be donating their money.
Yeah, it's just...
And I know there are a lot of celebrities that donate a lot to charity, but, like...
It's just
still,
kind of ironic.
It's just, yeah. Like, ironic that as a celebrity, in front of a bunch of other celebrities, you're asking the normal people that have 9-to-5s to donate their money.
Yeah, it's just... craziness.
The more that I see it, especially when it comes to like LA and between the fires and like LA's like homeless problem and the drug issues that they have over there, and then you have these elite Hollywood people, the more and more it's feeling like Hunger Games. And when people make those edits and it's like are you
yeah, the dystopian,
it's very like where like you have these elites that are one guy, who was it, wearing a dang old castle on his head.
Jaden Smith.
Wearing a castle on his head. Like the kind of like fashion that's happening, and then a couple blocks down the road there's people dying of fentanyl overdose, and I don't know. It's just, it just doesn't settle right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It all just kind of like creeps me out. I don't know.
I mean, there's always going to be bad in the world. It doesn't mean that people can't have luxury or be happy with those things. I don't know. It's just, Hollywood is just becoming more and more perverted.
Yeah.
And I'm just not.
Like, it's just like the corruption, it might just be even more visible now. Like, like evident, maybe.
Because we have so much social media.
I was just about to say, because there is such access to, the insides, but it just is all very nasty. I don't know.
So, I don't know, guys. Let us know your thoughts.
Let us know your thoughts. I feel like we could even do a part 2 on this. Like, I also have so much about, like, the Sabrina and Olivia stuff. Because, like, they hugged. That's a big deal. Do you keep up with their drama?
I didn't. And then once I became a fan of Sabrina, I was starting to, like, learn. Because I didn't realize that driver's license was, like, about her.
And Skin is about Olivia.
And the Skin is about Olivia. And that whole thing, I didn't realize about
strong opinions.
Any of that until after. So we'll definitely have to, like, talk about that in a future episode. Because I don't know enough about it, to be honest. It never really came up on my socials.
That was my life. I was an Olivia Rodrigo sour girly. I kept up with all of it.
I love that.
So, stay tuned, because I want to talk about that in the future. But...
Hey, okay. Love. All right, you guys. Listen, we kept it decent.
I know. Sorry.
But it's past midnight.
We gotta go to bed.
So we gotta go. Mia's gotta open.
And I gotta drive home.
And she's gotta drive home. So we love you guys. We are
XOXO.
committed to making this content for you.
Of course.
Love you.
Bye.